Lá Éile Pádraig Sonna Hiamh. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. My name is Jenny. I'm a mathematician, and today I'm going to teach you something surprising about counting in Irish, or Os Gaeilge, as we would say in Ireland, that you may not know, even if you grew up learning Irish at school. So, most languages, including English, use a base 10 counting system. This sort of means like the number 10 is your anchor. When you hit 10, you start again. Everything is done in sets of 10. 20 is just 2 sets of 10. 30 is just 3 sets of 10, and so on and so forth. And even if you studied Irish in school, you might recognize this is how Irish works as well. Fiche is 20, Trucha is 30, Ceachara is 40, Quega is 50, but this is not always how it was done. Traditional Irish actually worked in terms of a base 20 counting system. I'm guessing this comes from the fact that maybe we have 10 fingers and 10 toes, adding to 20 counting devices altogether. So this means that rather than resetting every single 10, we would reset every single 20, and everything is done in like groups of 20s. So, for example, in modern day Irish, we would say Trucha for 30. However, in Old Irish, you would say Je is fiche, 10 and 20. 64 would be Trí fiche is a ceathair. So that is literally Trí fiche, 3 20s, is a ceathair, and 4. So 3 20s and 4, 64. Instead of saying Nóca in our more modern day decimal based Irish language, which is the Irish word for 90, in this more traditional Irish, you would say De is Cara fihid, which literally means 10 and 4 20s, which is super similar to French. In French, the number 90 would be 90, which is 4 20s and 10. The official name for this would be vigesimal Irish. Vigesimal, it comes from the Latin, it means base 20, or stuff to do with 20, essentially. From going into a little bit of a deep dive on this, because once I found out this fact, I got very, very intrigued about this. I think other types of Celtic languages also use this vigesimal system. So I think Cornish does, and Welsh, and I think maybe Scots Gaelic as well. Now you may be wondering, okay, Jenny, but I did not learn this vigesimal system growing up. We learned the decimal system, base 10. When did we switch? And this is really interesting because there is no like official we switched from using base 20 to using base 10 counting in modern Irish. From what I can gather is towards the 1950s and towards the end of the last century, a lot of work was done to standardize Irish a bit more. They created An Caighdeán Oifigiúil, which is the official standard of the Irish language, primarily used for grammar and writing Irish. So I think the creation of this official standard did move us towards this decimal-based counting system that you would be used to from school. However, some quirks of the traditional Irish do still linger around. So for example, the number 40, the word for this in Irish is dahid. But if you break this up, it actually comes from da fihid, 2 20s, which can confirm do add up to 40. So yeah, every single time that you say the number 40 Os Gaeilge, you are actually doing some sneaky multiplication in your head. I hope you found this video interesting. It's a topic that I must say I really find quite fascinating. And wherever you are in the world, Gurv Mila Mahaguth agus Slán go Fóill.